Alright, so today I want to speak about how politics is distracting you. This is a very big topic, which I don't think I'll be able to cover all today, but I want to go into some main points. And the first thing that I want to speak about is Donald Trump and Keir Starmer and the leaders of the West. These are the leaders of the West, and their governments are essentially controlling everything coming in and out of the West. You know that the US is at war with Iran right now, and the UK is trying to stay away, but it's really kind of getting involved. Um, but I don't want to just speak about that. I want to speak about the fight between red versus blue. So in the UK, we have Conservative and we have the Labour Party. The first thing that I want to ask you is that what were the main biggest events from these two parties? And to be honest, I can't really name anything. So what I'm trying to say is that this idea of Labour versus Conservatives in today's modern age, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't really affect the people. And in terms of the people, I mean young people like me. I don't think the government being Conservative or being Labour affects me at all, in terms of what I see on the ground in my day-to-day life. So what I can name in terms of big events from one specific party is that in the last recent years is that Theresa May was Conservative, and obviously she was responsible, or that government was responsible for the Grenfell fire. That is the fire which happened in 2017, and it was a tower block that was in flames, and people were jumping off balconies, and people died. So that's one thing that I can name from the Conservative government. I can't exactly name anything that the Labour Party have done. I think they've increased university fees from 9,250 to, I think, a little bit more. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but I guess that's what I can say. So what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't matter who's in charge, because they all have the same objectives. They're just trying to line their pockets. Um, so that's why, even reflecting it in America, they want you to be focused on this Democrat versus Republican argument, or the conservatives versus the Labour Party versus the Liberals versus everyone else. They want you to be divided, and as Muslims, we have to stand together. Um, Even Sunni and Shia, they kind of want you to be divided, even though that is a completely different thing. The whole point is that Muslims need to be united, especially now in a time of tribulation. And looking at it from an eschatology perspective, the Muslims will be united when the Mahdi arrives, and people are waiting on that, but it's not something that you should be waiting on. It's up to you to gain knowledge and learn about your religion and become a better Muslim. It doesn't matter if the Mahdi comes in your lifetime or not. It's about how are you as a Muslim? Do you pray your 5 times a day? Um, do you act on the knowledge that you have? Um, so coming back to the idea of red versus blue, I just want to say that the government is one big bureaucracy, and there's so many problems with bureaucracy. I work in a corporate environment, so I've seen firsthand about the levels and what really happens, the hierarchy. In terms of nothing happening, they have a billion meetings and nothing ever gets done. And you always think to yourself, if I was in charge, I can change it. But the truth is, you can't really change the system or reform the system, because it needs to be shaped inside out. It's the idea of bureaucracy, and it's not your fault to want to have the ambition to change it. But I just want to say that it's very unlikely that you will change the whole system. In terms of your own team, yes, you can, which is why you should go for managerial roles if you believe that you have the capability to do it. Um, but anyway, coming back to this idea of red and blue, this really just is the idea of goy slop. It just takes you away from the real pressing issues, which is that there's a genocide happening in Palestine. And you as a Muslim, are you even waking up for Fajr? Because so many of these Muslims, they love to be activists, and they love to go to these protests, and they love to do things on social media. But how are you really internally? Do you actually wake up for Fajr? Do you pray Tahajjud? Because the only way that you're gonna inspire change through other people first is through yourself and through being closer to Allah. And this idea of Tawheed, the idea that Allah is one, and He has no partners. This is the core belief of Islam, and this is what should be guiding you to make all of your decisions. So yeah, that final idea of how to improve yourself is through knowledge and religion. You won't be able to change the world through a political perspective, and maybe through a religious perspective you can, because religion is the best way to unite people. And it's funny because in today's day and age, science is actually the number one religion. But that's a whole different video, which I'm going to save it for. How science is the biggest religion in the world, and how you need to be focusing on knowledge and religion. So if you want to take anything away from this video, don't get too involved in goy slop, and focus on your religion and focus on gaining knowledge for yourself and teaching other people, because that's the power of social media.